Hey good people, and welcome back to another video with DIYs by Carolina. I hope you guys are doing well and having a wonderful and blessed Sunday. So I am excited about today's video because I am actually needing to really do a little bit of work outside. Yeah, y'all, you heard it, outside in the front yard. Basically, I'm going to be just kind of winterizing some of the landscaping in my front yard, as well as the grass, and just doing some little projects just to kind of upkeep the front yard throughout the winter season. And so I am actually thinking about making this part of a series of front yard winterizing series, where I'm just going through winterizing all of the landscapes in my front yard and just kind of trimming back some of the plants and just, getting everything nice and, manicured, making sure everything looks, still looks really, really good. So then that way by spring, all of that stuff is done. And the only thing these plants need to do is be fertilized and grow. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing in today's video. And I am excited about it because right now the temperature is fairly nice here in South Carolina. So I'm really enjoying these, somewhat not necessarily warm, but warmer temperatures. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And so first I want to go ahead and show you guys the area that I'm going to be working in today. And again, this is just going to be part of a series. So this is just literally going to be part one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the space. Okay, you guys, so I am going to be working in the front yard for the next few weeks. And I just kind of want to show you guys what the space looks like. And my goal is to try to get at least the front yard portion of it completed. And just to kind of give you a quick overview of the entire front yard space. I mean, it's not terrible. Granted, I do have quite a bit of leaves that I need to rake up and all that good stuff. But, for the most part, it's not that bad. Everything is starting to go dormant, which is expected this time of year. But the area that I actually want to... Let me just kind of do it this way so you guys can get a full view of the entire area. But the space I'm going to be working in part one of today's series is basically going to be this area here. This little landscaping area that I created to cover up a huge bare spot. So you guys, and let me just kind of focus a little bit and show you guys what this area looks like at the moment. You can see here that we do have some plants that are still alive. Some of these plants, well, actually the majority of them are perennials. So they come back every year. And so I got a little bit of trash over here. And so, yeah, so the goal here is to basically just kind of trim back some of these plants, plant some new plants here, because again, I want the area to look really, really nice during the winter. In terms of this little water feature here, I'm going to retire my solar water fountain here and just kind of empty out this bowl here and get rid of this water. And we'll bring this back out when the spring season starts. But for right now, we're not going to have any water or anything like that in this particular feature. So I'm just going to clean that out. I threw some rocks in here. These were some rocks that I had in the little solar fountain basin. So I'm just going to pick up all those rocks and everything. I'm also going to add some compost and just plant some new flowers. And right here, these plants here, these have a tendency to come back. These are actually, not sure if you guys can see this, but these are actually sweet potato vines. So these come back every year. These are the burgundy colors, which I absolutely love. So I'm thinking about maybe just trimming those back a little bit, not necessarily pulling the root out the ground. And I even have, and you probably can't tell, but these are actually lantanas. These are the beautiful yellow lantanas. And I think I'm going to move those. I'm going to put these in a different area in my yard, probably somewhere either in the back or in the front yard space. And I want to pull these out here. You can see the frost has pretty much killed these. So I can't remember what the name of these are, but if I do, I'll put it on the screen. In South Carolina, I am actually in zone 8. Those have a tendency to come back every year. So once I pull up these flowers, I am going to keep them in a nice bucket with some soil and keep them watered because they do have a tendency to come back every year. And in that area, I actually want to plant a blooming shrub. It's one of the shrubs that I actually purchased from Lowe's. It's so pretty, you guys. It blooms these beautiful pink flowers. So that's what I want to put in that area there. I also may be relocating the sweet potato vine as well and just putting those somewhere else, but I definitely want to put a beautiful shrub there. And then I just want to plant some pansies in these little two areas over here. So that's what we're going to be doing, is just cleaning up this whole area here, planting some fresh new flowers, and just making the space beautiful and getting it prepped for winter. All right, y'all, so I got up early this morning and ran down to Home Depot just to kind of see what winter flowers they had in store. Went to Lowe's, picked up a few things from Lowe's, got some stuff from Home Depot, and I want to show you guys what I got. Oh my gosh, let me just say, Home Depot had their shrubs on sale for 75% off. So I got two shrubs that were regular price $60 and paid $15 for them. And some of the ones that were like $30, I paid $7.50 for them. Y'all, look, your girl gonna be ready for spring, okay? Let me just say, I am just so excited. My car is loaded with shrubs. It's ridiculous. So y'all, I was not playing when I said my truck was loaded with shrubs. Oh my goodness, I purchased a variety of different shrubs from Home Depot that were 75% off. And believe it or not, all of these shrubs cost less than 70 bucks. And like I said, two of them were regular price $59, you might as well say $60. And the rest of them were like regular price $29, so 30 bucks. But y'all, this was literally such a steal. Here's a look at the plants that I purchased. So again, like I told you, I got two of everything. So I got two of the petite knockout roses, and those were literally like $7.50 or something like that, with 75% off. I also got two of the butterfly bush. I am loving these bushes with the beautiful violet color blooms. Oh, y'all, that's going to be gorgeous come spring. So yeah, so I got two of those. I also got two of these dwarf butterfly bushes here as well. Look how gorgeous that is. I am super excited about those. And I also got two of the knockout roses here. So two of those. And y'all, with all of these plants here, that's eight shrubs. It literally cost me under $70. It was like $66 and some change for all of these. And you can see some of the prices on these were like $60. So that was such a steal. All right, and then from Lowe's, I got these beautiful pink, I think they're called Spirea, the double play dolly. So I got these were half off. So those are going to be gorgeous. And this is the one that I'm wanting to plant over there in that landscape. And then of course, finally, I got some pansies. I got these from Lowe's as well. These are a pretty nice sizable pot. And these were $6.98 each. So these came from Lowe's. Look how beautiful that is. That's going to be so pretty over there. All right. Okay, y'all, so to get started, I'm first going to clean off the little solar fountain area. Just kind of, you know, dump all this water, get all this trash out of here, and just, you know, clean this out because this is a hot mess. So that's where we're going to start with that, and then we'll move on to, you know, just kind of clearing out some of these plants that have died back. So guys, have you actually worked in your yard since the cooler temperatures have came in? Have you done any type of yard maintenance to your flower beds or whatever the case is? I try to do this every year. This time I'm a little earlier with it. Typically, I usually don't do this until about late January, but this time I really want to get a jump start on things. Mainly because there's just been so much going on in my life personally and professionally, and January is not going to be any different. It's probably going to be a little bit worse, which is why I'm wanting to get this done now in December before the holidays, hopefully. And I'm pretty sure that some of you already have snow on the ground, which is, oh my gosh, I wish. But in those circumstances, I would imagine there's not a whole lot you can do. So right here, what I'm doing is just, removing these sweet potato vines. I am going to be placing these somewhere else, including those plants that I dug up and placed in the red buckets. I'm also going to be relocating them. I don't believe in throwing flowers away. They're dormant. This is the perfect time to dig them up and replant them somewhere else. So I do want to say that if you are new to this channel and visiting for the first time, welcome. My name is Carolina, and on this channel we do a lot of landscaping, yard work. We also do a lot of interior work, makeovers, mini renovations, and so on and so forth. So there's pretty much a little bit for everybody. But lately I have been doing a lot more work out in the yard, just kind of, getting everything prepped and everything for the cooler temperatures, and just really getting out here and upkeeping my front yard space. This is something that I do completely on my own, and I absolutely love it. I really do. So if this is the type of content that you enjoy and find interesting, I would love to have you join my family of subscribers. And as always, to my existing subscribers, you guys know you are always welcome back. All right, y'all, so here's a look at the blooming shrub that I'm going to be planting in this landscaping space. This is the one that I purchased from Lowe's. This was actually half off. So I'm going to be putting that in the center next to the water feature. But before I do that, I want to add a little bit of compost. And with this compost being in this landscaping area, this is going to just kind of provide a little bit more drainage for my plants, because when the temperatures get cooler, I notice that my soil gets really compact. And it really, is kind of hard for, the flowers to get the water and the nutrients that it needs. So just providing a little bit of this mushroom compost is going to just kind of help aerate that soil a little bit so that these plants can retain moisture just a little bit better during the cooler season. So if any of you guys out there are experiencing temperatures that are 28 degrees or below, put a snowman emoji in the comments and let us know where you're at. And if you have snow on the ground, oh my goodness, put a snowflake emoji in the comment and please, please send some of that snow this way. All right, guys, so as you can see, I'm just simply adding a little bit of the mushroom compost to the soil, and I'm just kind of mixing it in a little bit because, again, the soil is pretty compact, and I want to make sure that there's enough drainage in this landscape to basically provide moisture and everything for my plants. So that's all I'm doing here is just adding, mixing in just a little bit of the compost. So you guys will notice that I didn't pull up all the plants out of this landscape because these plants are actually perennials. They pretty much, they stay looking great all throughout the year. The green ones are actually the snapdragons, so they do bloom these beautiful flowers. And then the other one are the dusty millers. So I'm just going to let these plants stay where they're at and just kind of let them do what they do. And in the meantime, I'm just going to plant these pansies and just kind of brighten up the space and just make it a little bit more vibrant for the winter season. So the final thing that I want to do to this landscaping is I want to give it a fresh layer of mulch. This is going to be beneficial in several different ways. First of all, it's going to provide the little bit of warmth that's needed this time of year for my plants. And then it's also going to just give it a fresh new look, a fresh new appearance, and just make it look really nice. So that's what I'm doing now. And this only took about 3 bags, well, actually 2.5 bags of mulch. And I also purchased this mulch from Lowe's. So if you're interested in seeing how I DIY this no-dig landscaping area, I'll be sure to link the video in the description so then that way you can see what the space used to look like when it was just a huge bare spot here. And then you can see step by step as to how I created this entire design without any digging whatsoever. All right, y'all, so at the last minute, I decided to go ahead and add my solar water fountain back to this landscape. If this is something that you're interested in as well, the solar water fountain, I'll be sure to have that product linked in the description. This is probably going to be, I'm guessing, either a 3-part or maybe even a 4-part series with just the front yard by itself because there's just so much to do. And so breaking it up like this allows me to still be able to do the things I want to do or need to do during the holidays without having to feel overwhelmed. So with that being said, if you guys have like a fairly sizable yard or whatever, and you got so many different projects that needs to be done, break it up, just do a little bit today, wait about a week or so, and then do a little bit more. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to break these up into different parts and go from there. All right, you guys, so before we take a look at what the space looks like now, let's be reminded as to what it used to look like before we cleaned it, winterized it, and just made it look really, really nice and got it ready for the cooler temperatures. So now let's take a look at the final reveal. All right, you guys, so that brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, and I will see you guys in part 2 of our front yard winter cleanup. Bye now.